Hey there, everybody. Jesse Lee here, and just making this quick video on how to do location targeting with forms. Had a customer ask me how we could show a form with a SMS opt-in only to people in the U.S. So let's go ahead and check that out. So sign up forms, we'll go over here. You can do location targeting. Now she was talking about specifically SMS that she wanted to make sure that only the SMS showed to people in the US. So I'm just going to jump into one of my forms here. This is an example account. As you can see, not a ton of opt-ins. But as you can see here, I've got this two-step account, right? I've got the email opt-in and then the SMS opt-in. So how do you get this part, the the phone number, to only show to people in the US or whatever country, wherever you're at, whatever country you're doing this with? Well, first thing is you do want to make sure that the default country here, when you click on the field over here, you see default country is US. That won't actually change the location of the form, though. That will just make sure this little American flag icon pops up. So you do want to do that, but that's not the only thing. The second thing you want to do is you want to go back where you're in the main block here, where you see behaviors. We're going to click on that. We're going to scroll all the way down, and you'll see right here, I've got by location, right? So I've selected show to visitors in certain locations. Here's the US. Now, if you want, I'll show you how to do this in a moment, but you can also exclude people, because what we want to do is the customer wanted to have the email show to everyone, but the SMS only show to people in the US. So right now we're going to use this one to target only people in the US. So that's what we've got here. So what you would do is just select by location and then select United States. Boom. And you can add any other countries in specific if you start expanding. Like her issue was she was shipping only to the US for certain types of orders. So that's why she wanted to only target, the phone number to the US. If you start expanding and you start say, okay, well, we're shipping to Canada now, you can come in here and just add Canada, right? So that'll help. So how do we get this to not show? How do we get the email portion of this to show to the rest of the world? Let's go back to. Also, you would want to publish that. I didn't, because it doesn't matter on my end. This is just a test account. But so that was the Let's Be Friends form here. So what I'm going to do is to target the rest of the world, what we're going to need to do is create a clone. So we'll come in here on the right-hand side, 3 dots, hit the clone button, leave the name, doesn't really matter, copy of Let's Be Friends. So I'm going to come in here, and we're going to do just the opposite. Now, on the behavior side, we've got this going to the United States. What we're going to do is X out of that, right? We don't want to show it to the United States. We want to show it to the rest of the world. So first, let's get rid of the SMS opt-in. If you don't want the SMS to show to the rest of the world, you can either delete it, or you can make the default country something else if you end up wanting to keep the SMS. But right now, we'll just delete it because we don't need this step. But if you wanted to, by the way, again, we'll click here. If you wanted to do that, you could pick another country as your default if you decide to put this back in. But for right now, we'll just delete this, delete step. Okay, so now we only have the email opt-in form, and it's going to function pretty much in the same way except for the by location thing. So we're going to come down here to the area where it says by location, and now we're going to say don't show to visitors in certain areas, and we're going to put the United States in there. Right, so we got that. Boom. And that's it. So all you'd want to do is publish it, and then this would be live on your site. This version would show to everyone outside the US, and then the other version would show only to people inside the US. So hope this helps. Let me know if it does or doesn't, if there's any clarifying questions, and I'll talk to you later.